There's a new article going around calling me a quack. Here's what I think about it.
Are you looking to learn more about natural pet health and wellness? You've come to the right place. Click the link to subscribe to Veterinary Secrets.
This isn't news. It's something I've written about and talked about on YouTube a few different times. But it seems to have resurfaced. There's a new article going around, and it's by a veterinarian who goes by the name of Vet, who has taken it upon himself to save you, the pet parent, from so-called quacks. Several years ago, when I first resigned from the College of Veterinary Medicine, he first wrote an extensive article about me, more in particular, attacking me. The Vet, he's gone on to update this article, including a bunch of veterinarians, including the Dr. Gene Dodds, a well-reputed alternative veterinarian. But yay, I get included as part of that, and we're all listed as quacks. And as an aside, this is typically not something I really want to talk about, but when I go into Google and put my name in, Dr. Andrew Jones or Andrew Jones veterinarian, one of the very top articles that comes up, it's from this guy, the Vet. So yes, this is something that I need to address. The article, it's titled Fickle Justice. Some quacks get punished, most get away with it. I'll put a link to the blog post, the article, in the description box below. He says that in spite of Dr. Jones losing his medical license, it hasn't gone on to deter him from selling secrets, bogus supplements, making bogus claims. He makes fun of me proudly promoting my book, saying that I was a former practicing veterinarian. He says that there are some people in the veterinary community that are pushing back against my pseudo-scientific claims. But regardless, Dr. Jones has now a thriving career selling nonsense and lies despite not having a medical license. Those are some pretty darn harsh words. Do I feel there's certain criticisms warranted of me? Am I always correct? Clearly not. So let's just address some of his so-called claims. Did I lose my medical license? No, I chose to resign from the College of Veterinary Medicine so I could do what I'm doing now, share natural health information with you, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's in our newsletter, whether it's on TikTok. After I went through that whole hearing with my veterinary college, one of the big conclusions was, yes, I could go ahead and pay all these fines in excess of $30,000. I could practice again, but I could not say all those things I had been saying on my newsletter. I couldn't criticize the veterinary profession. I couldn't criticize my veterinary college. That seemed to be very unprofessional. I couldn't talk about these unproven, unscientific remedies like ginger for nausea, for instance. And yes, believe it or not, that was one of the specific claims that was leveled against me. So I chose to resign because I felt it was way more important to be able to do this, to be able to say what I wanted to say, to be able to talk about natural and holistic remedies, to be questioning some of the big issues that I see in veterinary medicine, be it vaccines, be it pet food, etc. And to continue to keep doing it, right? Whereas if I kept my license, yes, I'd be back practicing. I would have been back in the clinic, seeing clients, doing surgery, definitely helping all the people in the community I live in. But I couldn't do this. So yes, that's why I chose to resign. But no, I did not lose my license. Like, where is my license? Oh, I've lost it. Mr. Vet says my snake oil business is booming. Well, I'm not exactly sure how many of our supplements are considered snake oil. CBD? A lot of science behind that now. 95% curcumin? Probably find 1,000 studies on that. Oh, and gasp, an essential fatty acid in the form of krill oil. Turns out that is considered the #1 veterinary supplement, the #1 supplement that is recommended by veterinarians. Or how about probiotics, our multi-strain probiotic formula? You'd be hard-pressed to go into any veterinary clinic across North America and not find a probiotic supplement. Purina, they've made hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars selling probiotics. So it's probably not snake oil. My pseudo-scientific claims? You bet. I'm going to talk about a number of things that are not in the conventional mainstream. And these are specific remedies which have been shown to help like many other dog and cat parents, right? Whether it's something like fenbendazole as an alternative treatment for cancer, right? Or propolis as an awesome natural antibacterial, antiviral. Or maybe something like turmeric oil, which has been well studied for its tick repellent properties. But you don't see this in the conventional world of veterinary medicine. Sure wasn't something I learned about. But fortunately now we're in a world where a whole lot more of this information comes out now. Right now you get to go online, right? And now you can see all the different array of different opinions, different suggestions, all these different alternative ways to treat disease. Take, for instance, so many of the chronic diseases, right? What can we do for kidney disease? Chronic kidney failure? Conventionally, not a whole lot, right? So many of our animals that have cancer, right? Is chemotherapy a viable option? Not for many cases. There are some new emerging treatments coming out now, but they're just, the expense of those is just out of reach of so many pet parents. So yes, I'm going to talk about less scientific options to help heal your dogs or cats. He says I have a thriving career. Well, thank you for that little compliment, Mr. Skepvat. But he says it despite selling lies and nonsense. Okay. Are these all lies? Are they all nonsense? No, when you look at the literally thousands and thousands of pet parents just like yourself who have used one of the many remedies that I've shared that have seen like positive results, those are not lies. They're not nonsense. But yes, I'm pretty happy and fortunate now that I'm able to actually do this now and be able to make a living at it. I can for sure tell you, back when I first resigned being a practicing veterinarian, probably was not the best financial decision. Things were pretty rough for a period of time. But really grateful and happy that as our community is growing with people just like yourself, that now I am able to do this. And I guess I'll throw it back to you guys and Mr. Skepvat. Exactly what is he doing to help pet parents? One of my big frustrations now, especially the way that veterinary medicine has become so corporate, there really is a much bigger focus on maximizing the per client transaction. Getting you into that clinic, making sure you go through this system because you got this big corporation that says to have to go through this checklist. You got to make sure you talk about all the different services that are offered, all the different upsells, maybe the monthly payment plan. And it becomes so much about the money. And there's just so many people now that they just can't afford, reasonable veterinary care. So if there's an alternative option, such as like a simple home remedy or ways that you can be more involved with your pet's care and help your pet at home, darn right I'm going to talk about that. So I don't see Skepvat helping much there. Regardless, that's just my 2 cents. And as I said, I just as soon not have to look at this and talk about it. I have a team member who came across this computer and look, this article is going around the internet. I think it's pretty important that I comment on it. There's one way you could help us out. About a few months ago, our whole Facebook page was hacked in terms of hackers got in and we lost every single follower, over 500,000 followers. So if you used to follow us on Facebook, you're probably not anymore because we lost all the followers. They went to 0. And it took a good over a month just to get the page back via Facebook. So our page is now back. It's facebook.com/veterinary secrets. And I would love for you to refollow us again. We're just trying to get our followers back up. So thank you. Thanks for being a supporter. Thanks for being a subscriber. Thanks for following us on YouTube and our other array of different social media channels. And, just thanks for watching. It's Dr. Jones.